Well, I'd like to thank the following people. Judge Enright for saying he'd had a complaint that I put online as a court official had helped me. I think we all know where that complaint came from. So it's nice to know that the police have the ear of an independent judge. What? I'd also like to thank him for saying I'm not supposed to be broadcasting the case online. Quite why I wouldn't when there's a media blackout, I don't know. I mean, how anyone else is going to get to hear about it? None of the papers will report on it. So, no, I don't know why I'd broadcast the case online. On the basis, I'd also like to thank the Crown Court, in particular the clerk of the Crown Court, as I believe she was, when I turned up willingly and voluntarily for two cases, one of which I didn't even have to be there for, and was immediately put in the dock because I'd already been found guilty. So I think it's safe to say there's no justice in the country. Thank you for that. I'd like to thank Inspector Helen Lovett for lying at least twice, and possibly a third time, actually most of which has been covered in previous videos. I'd like to thank in particular Inspector Paul Rogerson, who, in saying that by getting in the back of a marked police van with uniformed officers present, everything possible had been done to make me aware I was under arrest. Because that proved that the Chief Constable had put his name to an unlawful summons. Because in saying that, he said I should have been verbally arrested, and in saying that, he also said I wasn't. So I'm afraid you've scuppered your own case, boys. I'd like to thank Roy Reeves of the council, who is now retired, for lying by saying they had the legal authority to charge for trading licences. You never did. I'd like to thank Greg Peck, ex-licensing officer, also retired obviously, who very nearly cracked up and confessed all, some 7 years ago, but was actually stopped just short in a council panel of cracking up. And thereafter phoned my mate and said, "Steve, I don't know what you want, Steve. We haven't got it, Steve. We haven't got it." Of course, had we realised the case was going to drag on another 7 years, we might have kept that message. Still, I don't think admitting that we haven't got it now is really a problem. In particular, I'd like to thank as well PC Harmon for lying in a signed court statement by saying that I refused to attend a voluntary interview. I've asked twice for the recording of that phone call and never received it. Once by automated SAR request. Interesting. I'd like to thank PC Dean for being a big crybaby, and on the basis that he'd invited himself into my house and decided for whatever reason to arrest me. I think it was malicious communication, but they keep changing the charges about and dropping some off and adding some on, and apparently they can just do that, so. Yes, I'd like to thank him. Oh, and also, PC Dean, I'd like to thank you for stealing my phone, which I've never got back yet. You thieving bastard. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, yes, I'd like to thank the desk custody sergeant who, during my arrest of November the 26th, decided that my decidedly fragile hernia was very funny. And it was absolutely hysterical. As he sat and giggled away behind his desk, that I should be in pain from it. Thanks, mate. And of course, all the riffraff who were pretending to be police officers in the station on all the occasions I got arrested. I kept in the cells to teach me a lesson. Although on one occasion I was kept in the cells because I questioned the validity of arrest. So I'd like to thank Cambridgeshire Police for confirming that you're not allowed to question the validity of arrest and that we do in fact live in a dictatorship. I would particularly like to thank PricewaterhouseCoopers who said, nah, we can't really be bothered looking for 25 years of cash that's missing to council's accounts. What's a few 100,000 between friends when it's taxpayers' cash, eh? Cool. But really, over the last 8 years, every public servant I've dealt with, and there's been a lot, have gone to great lengths and great measures to prove, without a doubt, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that we are indeed living in a dictatorship. Well, I hope you're proud, guys. This is what you do. I would ask how you can sleep at night, but you're obviously too stupid to have a conscience. Or something. I don't know. I couldn't sleep if I did the things you did. Just lied all the time. Made shit up. Pathetic bunch of spineless cowards you all are. And when one takes a hit, runs away crying, someone else steps into the place. I'd also like to thank Chris Green and Richard Gilbert of Marston Bailiffs for breaking just about every law in the book. Really taught me a lesson there, guys. But I forgot you're protected, aren't you, by the police? Anyway, I'll see you all later.